I couldn't sue them on this aspect. It doesn't stop me from suing. This is DNA at the property had zero CODIS hit. We will be back later today for a more thorough show. I actually am considering setting up another show around noon today, potentially to go over Sebastian Rogers' case. I mean, we're days away from a major event in Sumner County. And we kind of got away from it because of this breaking news case with Nancy Guthrie. And while we can tap dance, chew gum, and chat at the same time, it has been proving very difficult to talk about the Sebastian Rogers case. We do have another content creator, a well known content creator that is going to be coming out there as well. I did find out it's not somebody that we're familiar with on the true crime genre. It's somebody that's already out there that has a huge following. And we got confirmed that they're going to be there on the 26th. So I'm very, very, very excited that we have some good people coming out there. Maybe might be able to bring some additional people to Sine Wave. We're going to have a cake. And if you guys would like to come out, please consider coming out. This is a great event. It's for a great cause. We need to honk for Sebastian. We need to bring awareness. We need to make sure the community knows that we love this little boy. We want to bring this boy home safely, and he's still missing. And we haven't forgotten about them. And we want to make sure that that community hasn't forgotten about this young man as well, because sometimes it feels like they may have. And we want to encourage law enforcement to get off their butts and get back out there in the field. Right now, we're not doing that. They're not doing that. We haven't had a press conference in almost 2 years. Enough is enough. It's time for us to rip this band-aid off. And if we need to, it's time for us to start going and considering legal action against Sumner County. And we may, after my court hearing is said and done with Sumner County and this whole crap with Chris and Katie lying under oath and their parents lying under oath. Once we get through all of this, I think we're going to start raising some money to go after the county ourselves, to force them to do something here. You know, I don't know what we can do, what our ability will be. I guess we'll find out once we get with an attorney. But that's going to be phase two. We're not done with this county yet. We're not done with this County, we're just now getting started. We never expected them to do what they chose to do, but they've ultimately made a decision to violate my rights. Okay, and then they try to corruptly push me through a preliminary um, uh, hearing to save their ass so I couldn't sue them. So while they saved their ass so I couldn't sue them on this aspect, it doesn't stop me from suing them, first and foremost. Secondly, it pushed all of the liability over on Chris Cady and the Bauer Sox. So they're going to be the one that ultimately holds the bag for what they did to me. And then after that, we will go after the county and start helping push this case along because that's where we need to be. If they want to come out and do the right thing and inform people and start actively investigating this case, we'll be a little more easy to deal with. But now it's coming to true activism because we are fighting an entire corrupted organization. And government. And at the end of the day, that's what we have in Sumner County. And we need help. We need a lot of help out there. So if you guys would like to come, please come out there. We're raising our voices, we're raising our signs, we're honking for Sebastian. It's going to be coming from a place of love. I will be out there all week telling the sheriff what they should be doing and going through the case, little by slow. So we don't need to do that on the 26th. The 26th is carved out for Sebastian Rogers and advocating for him. The rest of the days are me telling law enforcement about themselves. So if you guys would like to be there to support me telling law enforcement about themselves, come on out. I don't expect it to be a whole lot of people out there during the week, but I do expect it to get very, very busy on the 26th. And that's what we want. You'll find out very quickly. I am a one-man show. I don't need an entourage to do my job. I'm going to continue to show up and show out for these cases. I will always do that, especially when we have Sebastian's army. Sebastian's army needs to stand up and step up. So please. Looking at the Nancy Grace story, we don't ever stop. We don't ever stop looking for you. We don't ever stop talking about you. We may sit back for a little bit, but then we rear our ugly head over and over and over again. Just when these families think, these despicable families think we're gone, we're not. We're not. And we're going to remind that community that we have a missing child. And so we have a Honk for Sebastian event that is going on there in Sumner County. Let me see if I can get this all set up real quick. Badoop, 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 badoop. County, oops, over here, Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Badoop, 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 badoop. Doot, doot. There you go. We have an official event. I set it up through YouTube, and it's in Sumner County. Oops, over here, Sumner County Sheriff's Office right here. We're going to be in Tennessee, folks, in Tennessee, in Sumner County, Tennessee. If you don't know where that is, it's about an hour outside of Nashville, and we've got about 30 to 40 people showing up, and then we have another content creator that is coming out to support our efforts. Possibly a child has been missing for over 30 days before reported. We're praying to God that initial report, or I may misunderstand something about that, but we haven't even dove into that case yet. So we've got a lot of stuff going on in this country, in this world right now that's rocking the boat. But at the end of the day, Sebastian Rogers' 2-year milestone is coming up, and it's as if the community has virtually forgotten this boy even exists, including law enforcement. So it's our responsibility, because this is where social media, exceeds far beyond mainstream media. Mainstream media doesn't talk about this case unless we're involved in it, right? Mainstream media will run stories when it's social media against this or social media against that. So guess what? We're going to bring social media to the front door, because mainstream media hasn't done squat with this case. They haven't done squat for transparency. They haven't done squat to hold the the officials and politicians accountable to the people. No, I will be there all week. Okay. We originally started, so we have a little confusion there. So I wanted to make sure that I came up here and told you guys. Okay. So I, a little more like, did it, for like a 3-hour event, probably at dusk, so we could send off the lanterns and lights. Still asking the community for help and reminding them of the reward, maybe potentially finding ways to increase that reward, right? But that's what our objective is. Our, our objective is to get the press conference, some action done in Sebastian's case. So if that means that mayors need to be fired, even though mayors are not in the county, doesn't matter. If they have pool, if they're not doing their job or standing up to the plate, if we need to move mayors out of the way, we need to move county commissioners out of the way. We need to start looking at maybe new county administrators. If county administrators or the bureaucrats behind the scenes need to start being moved out of the way, well, then that's what we need to start focusing on. One thing is that I'm very effective. I don't need to be threatening. I know people say that I do this. No, I don't. I tell you what I'm going to do, so you know what's about to happen. So you can make decisions on whether you want to keep going down this road, or if you feel like, because at the end of the day, the public has a lot of power. The public has a lot of power. And people like me know how to use the power of being the boss of our country. And there's a lot of people that support people like me that do this. And I don't do this just anywhere, right? I do this in my own home community, and I do this for people that are victims of crimes. And I see this stuff going on and on and on. I started of Chris and Katie, and there are a multitude of, look at this, charts. So if the sheriff hears something, which I hope he tunes into the Bullhorn Betty show, because he's going to want to. He's going to want to hear what I'm spreading around his community. We've got charts here. We got charts. We've got timestamps. We've got links. We've got everything. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's not as thorough. As the true crime community. I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to go make sure that they know. We're going to inform them with factual information. Factual information that has been cross-referenced and has what we've known as receipts. Okay? I'm not coming with my opinions. I'm not coming with my emotions. Bullhorn Betty channel's coming with some facts, baby. We coming with some facts. We coming with some facts. We coming with some facts. And so that's why I don't need to be nasty. I don't need to be out there cussing these people out. Why? Because when you come with a whole bunch of facts, well, you don't need to be out there acting a fool, right? You can sit there and have a conversation. Why? Because you're on the right side of things. Why? Why? Because you did your homework. Now, we don't know what's in their file. Maybe their file matches our file. Well, I think there's a way that they can put that into words and get in front of a camera and tell the community as well as the world that's been waiting for 2 years, for 2 solid years, for a statement from this sheriff. We've been patient. And I think it is their duty, not only to the public, but more importantly to his father and to this child, of where they're at in this case. Are they any further? Because they haven't been asking for any requests from the public. They haven't begged us for videos. They haven't asked us for any information on a single person. They haven't come to the public to ask for me. This is the problem, child. You're just a problem. You're just a problem. All right.
See him, his mom, and his dad, since they obviously don't people getting a good insight, a little bearing, because they live here, right? They live around here, and so it was great. The trees, get some things, look into this matter, and then they are second A here. That the law enforcement welcomes it. And they also said that, you know what? They reminded me that Tennessee has reciprocity in Florida, or with Florida. He said I can bring my gun there. My concealed weapons license works here just fine. So you know what I think I'm going to do? People that are in chat, and you guys have not liked this thing. People are trying to throw me in jail even though I'm not breaking the law. They're trying to violate my law, my rights, right? They're breaking the law, and they keep trying to say, oh my God, Betty's breaking the law. We're going to get her this time. And here we are yet again. This is officer. What in the 4 years, how many times have I dealt with officers? How many times have I dealt with officers in my 4 years? Every single case, I deal with officers. And you know what those beautiful people do? Because they're the worker bees. They're not top brass, so they're never ones that I go after. We back the blue here, but sometimes top brass gets under my skin, so I become blue. Those are amazing ones back there. You want to pull my card? Do that shit again, Mr. Proudfoot, Mr. Bowersocks. Pull that shit again. You will hear me roar. You will hear me roar. Pull that shit again. Double dog dare you. Actually, it's in this phone here. Oops, sorry, guys. I gotta put you in seat you back. I hate this. I like the thing because it's cool, but I don't like it because it's a pain in the ass to get the phone into. And I need to find out where the hell my room is.